place is a deer park, and I find that it's really useful for beginners to train on places where you are sure that animals are. And why that? Again, because maybe you miss too many shots in the field and you get frustrated because you can do any wildlife photography, but in reality you are just not well enough trained. So let's try that. Of course, it's not like being in the wild and spotting a deer. You don't have the emotion of spotting an actual wild animal. But again, this video is more like if you want to train to shoot wildlife. For example, I don't know if you just saw, there's a deer. If you want to train, I think that's the perfect place to train to shoot animals in general. Also because wildlife is really fast. You only have one chance to get a good pictures 90% of the time. So you don't have the privilege to say, okay, I saw a deer, I saw a moose, now I'm going to set my settings. No, it's already gone. So it's good that you train on something that can't pretty much escape from you because it's in a park. And then when you go out in the wild, you already know what settings to put on the camera. Or another example, I think that I'm pretty good with settings now. But the thing that I can't figure it out still is like, how far can I shot with the 300? I still can't understand that. But in a place like that, you can move close to the animal in a pretty free way. And you can also train on that. So for example, if you have a 600 millimeters and you're asking yourself, okay, but how close do I have to be to the animal to get a nice picture? How close is too close and how far is too far? That's the question that I always ask myself, because you actually want to have a detailed picture. Yeah, here's one. Like, I know that this distance is pretty far, it's pretty okay, sorry. So I can just stop and take the picture. So for example, I have a 300 and I know I'm too close now to the animal to shoot with that. But for example, if you have a 67, 200 or something like that, you can train on how much you have to be close to the animal. And also, even if that deer just 20 centimeters from me is not wild, it's still beautiful. It's still, if I can shoot him a picture, it's still a nice picture, right? You are not worth less just because you are not wild. Hey, look at that. Anyway, let's find a bigger one. There's some here, but oh, look at this one. It only has one horn. But yeah, the whole point of this video can be that you can train your photography skills pretty much everywhere. And I'm doing that because I'm the first that whenever there's an opportunity to go and I have maybe some free time to go out and take some pictures, I'm always like, yeah, but there's no wildlife near my house and stuff like that. But a place like that, it's good. I mean, you don't have to drive 18 hours and 2,000 kilometers in order to have a nice video or a nice picture. Because matter of fact, this picture is really nice, and you know that I shoot that in a deer park. But if you just want to build a portfolio, that doesn't matter where you shoot the picture. The important part is that the picture is good. Yeah, I'm trying to find the oldest deers. I don't know if they have horns during this period of the year. It's May, so maybe they lose them, just like the moose lose them during summer. Maybe the deer do the same thing. I don't know. I'm actually curious now. But yeah, funny thing is that I bought the 300 World Wildlife, but I think it's not enough. Did you see how close I had to get to the deer to actually get a nice picture? So if you are a wildlife photographer and you're maybe skilled, you have years of experience, and you surely know more than me, which one do you think is the sweet spot for wildlife photography? Is it the 600 or is it a 500? Which one do you think is the best one to get for wildlife photography? I think the sweet spot will be maybe the 600 in order to be more flexible. If the animal is close, you get the 200, and if the animal is too far away, use the 600. What do you think about that? Don't be scared. I just want to take a picture of you. But yeah, I also think that it's quite fun to have a little bit of cheating sometimes, just because I think I spent a total of 30 to 40 hours in Wildmoose, which is a nature reserve where the moose are here in Denmark, and I didn't see much there, so every time I just get home frustrated that sometimes the day was wasted, while there you can just actually go home with nice pictures and be happy with that if you are not too hard on yourself saying, oh, but that's not wildlife. But still, they are quite cute animals to photograph, and you will surely learn something by doing that. Matter of fact, I also think that if you have a cat, for example, you can train on shooting photography on him, and it will be completely fine. The important part is just doing something to get better. It doesn't matter if it's a wild bear in the forest or it's just your cutie little cat. And even if you get home without picture, without anything, you still have spent your day in a good way, and that's being out in nature. So be happy. But yeah, I hope you got something from this video. If you learned something, I'm really happy. If you get inspired, I'm really happy. Please let me know down in the comments if you would like to know something that I didn't mention. Everything. I feel like I don't trust myself enough to give you advices, but if you trust me, yeah, that's cool. So yeah, thank you for having spent the time with me, and yeah, have a nice one. Cheers.